All right, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm feeling a little weird today. I bought one of those mouth tape things, keep your mouth closed at night so you breathe through your nose. I'm feeling serene. That's making me a little angry. So I just want to be transparent about that before we get into this. Welcome, uh, Teal Griffin, to your deck review. For those of you joining us for the first time on YouTube, this is a series where I, Maldhound, notorious magic card hater, will calmly and lovingly look at your deck's PP, this being your premise and your practicum. Your premise is the idea behind your deck. It's whatever you hope the deck is going to do. Practicum, whatever garbage you put in the 99, what it actually does. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about this person's idea, whether or not it's achievable in the bracket they want. Then we'll look at what they put in the deck and how that supports it and what we can change to support it better. Now, this deck, most of the issues in the premise. They say they play with their friends, they almost exclusively play bracket 3. My biggest issue is they say the deck feels like bracket 4. That's a very common thing with Xyrus, because Xyrus is a fucked up and evil commander. It's like impossible to build this guy at bracket 2. You just can't do it. We've seen a couple Xyrus decks recently, and they've really clearly shown how garbage, busted, kooky this commander is. Snakes are fucked up. Now, fortunately or unfortunately for you, Teal Griffin, your problem is not your deck. Your problem is your friends are terrible at Magic. This is stone cold, straight up, the most bracket 3 deck I have ever seen. We have a couple game changers. They're very powerful. Gaia's Cradle can be very impactful. Everybody hates Cyclonic Rift. Did you even, yeah, hey, Jessica's Will. That is a good card in Magic the Gathering, but we have like, I'm gonna make a lot of mana. I'm gonna play synergy pieces with my commander. It's gonna be permanents that don't really do anything without my commander. But if I have my commander and I have a couple turns, I'm really gonna go crazy. So like, respectfully, your friends suck at Magic, and that's okay. Sucking at Magic is a pure, pure joy in this thing we call life. But it sounds to me, based on what you're saying, if they're constantly accusing this of being bracket 4, and based on what I'm seeing here, it sounds to me like your friends play bracket 2 decks with game changers. This is a very common problem for people who think they play bracket 3. I know this problem well because I love to play in like the lower to middle bracket 3, not really like bracket 3 that pushes on bracket 4, but lower to middle bracket 3. I see a lot of these people. I always try to help them. I can't help them directly, but I am just going to try to point out real quick all the stuff that like doesn't do anything unless you have your commander and time with your commander, which is the heart of like a normal bracket 3 deck. So like Junkwinder cares about tokens. We have to do what? We have to get Xyrus. We have to swing Xyrus. People have to not remove Xyrus, not remove Junkwinder. We get to tap their creatures down. Great. Basically, all of these damage ETBs also require us to spend time ramping to Xyrus. Then after we get to Xyrus, we have to swing him. Ain't shit happening unless we swing Xyrus. Even if we swing Xyrus naked, 3 damage? 3 damage to the table, that's it. Furfro, 6 damage to the table, that's it. That's not crazy. That's normal. Let's just establish some boundaries on what's fucked up behavior and what's not fucked up behavior. What if I had 30 snakes? This is very funny. Same deal. They got to let you stick these permanents. They got to let you stick your commander. They got to let you swing with your commander. These are all very normal and correct things to be doing at bracket 3. You talked about like maybe I'm doing too many different things with the snakes and not one thing perfectly. That's fine. That's great for bracket 3. Bracket 3, you have time to wander a little bit, provided all the things you're trying to do are good. You're also helped by Xyrus in the command zone. Because he draws so many cards, consistency is rarely an issue. I would be more worried about this type of like 3-pronged approach if we couldn't draw 3 cards every fucking turn in our command zone. The other thing I've looked at when people complain about a deck with green feeling too strong is what type of ramp you're using. This is more for anybody watching, but you can also tell your friends about this to really drive the point home. Normally, if a green deck feels too good for its bracket, it's because that green player has recognized the power of 1 mana ramp. Ramping on turn 1 is one of the most powerful things you can do in this fucking game. That's why every CEDH player tries to do it. You are playing all 2 and 3 mana ramp. So even though you have a shitload, you're not really playing Xyrus that fast. Looking at this ramp package, I would be estimating we're getting like a turn 4 Xyrus. You're getting Xyrus a turn ahead of curve, but turn 1, you're never going to do anything. Turn 2, you're going to ramp. Turn 3, you're going to ramp. Turn 4, you're going to play your commander. Turn 5, you're going to play something that synergizes with your commander. draw 3 cards. That's bracket 3 as hell, baby. No, like, a jury of your peers might not acquit you because they might also be bracket 2 players who like game changers. But from the guy who looks at commander decks day in, day out, who hates getting pub stomped, who hates feeling like they're pub stomping, everything you are doing is totally appropriate. Let me just do a quick playtest to make sure. I mean, maybe like I could see a game where you get turn 1 Soul Ring. That could feel bracket 4 because your mana is so accelerated. You're probably getting to turn 3 Xyrus. You're probably like uninterrupted. You're threatening a win by turn 5. That could feel like it's pushing beyond bracket 3. So if you really want to be like unimpeachable, nobody can talk shit to me about this, cut to Soul Ring. But even then, it's like people have pretty commonly accepted that Soul Ring leads to crazy games. So I don't think you have to worry about it. So we have just straight lands. We have straight lands, 1 protection piece. So I play a land. I ramp. I play Teferi's Puzzle Box. Okay. I'm understanding your friends a little bit. I have to... What's the Shift L? So that's not here yet. This is my hand for this turn. Wow, I actually fucked myself out of Xyrus. I am amazed I drew only tapped lands. So I do this, I do this, I do this. I have 1,000,000 mana now. Great. And I think I can vomit this out too. My next turn, I get these 3 cards. How much mana do I have? 4, 5, 6, 7. Amazing. I'm so sorry. We get Xyrus out turn 5. With enough mana, we could replay him if you shot him. That's not a big deal to me. Everybody's really mad at us because of Teferi's Puzzle Box, though. On our next draw step... Oh, and then I would play this as my tap land. On our next draw step, draw 2, we get Growth Spiral. Brother, this shit is so normal. You don't have to worry about a thing. We hit somebody, we each draw 3. You make 3 snakes. Molten Psyche, very solid. I probably Growth Spiral. Oh my god, we hit. Oh my god. So huge. So nasty. We could Sylvan Anthem. I would low-key rather just wheel it away, see what else we get. So I think what's happening here is, if I had to make a wild guess, your friends just don't understand how good mana is. That's it. Your friends just don't understand how powerful it is to continually be ramping. And then when you combine that with the absolute gas that is Xyrus's ability to draw cards, Teferi's Puzzle Box's ability to show you a ton of different cards in your library, like, we're really not doing anything crazy. You're making snakes. You can make an awful lot. If I was going to pick out the things that you might want to like, I won't say hard cut, but what you could probably do, what you probably need to do is, again, if you play this deck often, your friends see it a lot. That's probably part of why they are calling it bracket 4, because they've seen the best possible run out, and now every time you are a problem, they are conflating that with your best possible run out. That's a really, really common thing. It's just confirmation bias. Like, they've seen this deck look broken once, and so now every time you do anything good, they are remembering when it did something broken, and they are attaching the emotion of you doing something broken to you doing something good, even though it's totally appropriate for bracket 3. So if I was going to needle in on cards, you could cut to, like, as a show of good faith to make them feel better, I would say taking out Soul Ring, and taking out the one we just saw, Teferi's Puzzle Box. Because Teferi's Puzzle Box is like, my dick is in your oatmeal, I'm noodling you like a catfish, I am messing with you nonstop. Everything else is pretty like, hey, this is proactive. If you interrupt my commander, if you interrupt the synergy piece, if you board wipe me, it's fine. Teferi's Puzzle Box is like, hey, do you not have artifact removal right now? What if every plan you made about your Goku power-up montage came to ruin? So I can understand feels bad on that card, even though it's totally appropriate for bracket 3. The rest, the cards are all fine. There's nothing specific you have to cut. There are still some meaningful cuts you can make. And the thing I'm going to pitch to you to help this feel better to your pod is because you have so much mana, what you get to do is you can play some stuff that is just totally off plan, like a complete waste of mana, but is funny and awesome, and it's going to be fine because you draw so many cards and have so much mana, you can waste a turn on bullshit. This is what I do with my BV Stompy deck, and I think it's like the biggest contributor to people enjoying it. So examples of that, like, fuck you, dog. I'm playing Lightning Bolt on upkeep, the guy. Like, this card is terrible. It's not worth 8 mana. It doesn't synergize with your plan at all. But because your deck is so reliable at, I'm going to have a lot of mana, I'm going to touch a lot of cards in my library, you can get away with playing stuff like that. So stuff like Magmatic Force, stuff like Sphinx Ambassador. This is, again, my absolute favorite card for, like, I have a lot of mana, I want to do something that's going to be funny to me. So we want to look at, like, type, not even type creature, honestly. Mana value greater than or equal to 7. And we just want to look through, like, teamier shit. And I think what would help the because the thing is, even though you're not focused on doing exactly one thing with your tokens, your deck is laser focused on, I am protecting my commander, I am making a lot of tokens, and those tokens are doing something good. We may be able to make the deck more precise by focusing on combat damage, by focusing on just ETBs, but even so, you're still focused on damage. Like, the whole point of the deck is I make a snake and it converts to damage. That's good. That's solid. You don't need to focus up more. And if you want the deck to feel sillier, we may want to focus less. You could cast a Tali, bro. What is this but a snake with arms? It's a snake with... I defy you. I defy you. Look, it even has venom. Come on. So you don't have to play a Tali. You don't have to play Mer Battlesphere. None of these are have-tos. And honestly, you'd probably be better off using the Scryfall Advanced Syntax and going deeper down in the EDH rec ranks to find stuff that people don't play as much, and trying to find things where it's like, man, but if I could just cast you turn 5, would you be okay? Like, you could do, fuck it, big snakes. Big snakes, bitch, what are you gonna do now? Oh, and then, because I saw this in another deck, I am going to hit you with the same thing. Fuck Combine Chrysalis. You are doing Snakes on a Plane. This is now, every Xyrus player I meet, you have to play this card. If you don't want to buy the Warhammer decks, proxy it since you're just playing with friends. You have to do fucking... You want your Xyrus deck to be more fun? You're doing Snakes on a Plane. So I don't think Emrakul... You do Kindred... You could do Kindred Summons for no snakes. That would be such a funny flex. That would be, because it's reveal. Okay, so there's a bit here. Like, and this is what I'm talking about, where you make the deck more of like a performance than just a strict mechanical thing, because the strict mechanical thing is already so good, you kind of can't go wrong. So you go Kindred Summons, you name Snake, and you just show people every card in your library, and every 10 you go like, isn't that cool? And then you shuffle and you pass. You can't do that often, but there's at least one time you could do that, and it would be so like Nathan for you, or like Curb Your Enthusiasm. Giant Ataphage, basically a snake. Don't cast Expropriate. That will undo everything we're trying to do here right now. Holy shit, Mind Dilation. You could probably get away with Mind Dilation. It might make them angry. But this is, again, like the type of thing. It's a shitload of mana. Should you be doing it? Absolutely not. Is it going to get you something? Yes. And do you have the mana to cast it? Yes. Will spending that much mana at the point in the game when you have it derail your whole game plan? Probably not. But it will set you back by a turn, which is kind of what we need. Like, if they think you're bracket 4, really all that's happening is you're popping off, or like you're doing the big snake thing 1 or 2 turns too early. At some point, again, if you're this person's pod and you're watching, you got to figure your shit out. I'm very sympathetic to you. I hate the green token players. They are cheating at Magic, but they're also not technically cheating at Magic. Like, this is stone cold bracket 3. But this is the type of energy we use to spice it up. We keep using the ramp. We wait, super state. Wait, okay, hold on. Let me. Combat damage, god damn it. There was a part of me that was hoping it was just damage and that you could go. I mean, super state still. We both draw 9 is pretty goddamn good, but I was hoping it would be like, yeah, fuck it. Everybody draw 27. I'm making 81 snakes. No, like before 101 snakes, evil. No, 108, I think. I'm done thinking about this. Don't take an extra turn. Preposterous Proportions is like, it's kind of funny, but not totally funny. You could just go, fuck it. Fuck it, I'm playing Jumbo Cactuar now. But I would literally just peruse here for shit you think is funny. And if you put in, what you could also do, especially if you're in a playgroup that's not in an LGS and you have access to proxying, cut like 5 to 7 cards from the deck and have a rotating carousel of goofy bullshit card that does not contribute to my game plan. And just try a different set every game. And if you find ones you really, really like, keep those in the deck. And if you find ones where it's like, this really didn't scratch my dopamine itch, stop playing those. But like the rest of Blatant Thievery, one of my favorite cards. God, I love that card. Fuck it, dog, start earthbending. Who cares? They can't stop you. And that, I think, is what we are spiritually missing. Because a lot of bracket 3 decks do have, you know, single digit number of like garbage pet card that's just in here because I like it and I like playing it in decks, even if it doesn't contribute to what I want to do. And that is what I think you need. I wouldn't change. You could go down on ramp. I think, honestly, even for me, a little much. So you could go down on a little bit of ramp. You could shave a little bit, get rid of the puzzle box and the soul ring, and just use that space for like, try to find some pet cards. Try to find some cards that just aren't responsible, that aren't on the game plan. And I think that will create an injection of like goofiness. They might think it's bracket 4 because they associate bracket 4 with being really laser focused. And from the outside looking in, this deck looks laser focused to somebody who doesn't know all the cards in Magic the Gathering. As somebody with a more exhaustive card based knowledge, I realize that like Seshro the Anointed is not the like laser focused correct pick for this deck. They see it, they're like, oh my god, snakes are 3/3s and he's drawing even more cards. They don't even see it 6 mana because they're not paying attention to how much ramping you did. They see it as like, this deck is just laser focused. It makes snakes and then the snakes crawl inside me and then I explode. So show them a little bit of freaky shit. Show them the Kindred Summons Whiff. Show them the fucking Boss Baby Mind Dilation. You know, get wild. Oh, cast Tishana, bro. Oh, pick up so many cards. And then little by little, you'll find cards that are funny enough to stay in the rotation. It'll involve you taking turns off, which will give your friends long enough to feel like, you know, they're doing okay. And then slowly but surely, they will be healed and they will hopefully abandon the delusions that this is a bracket 4 game plan. So if anybody has a crazy team year flavor bomb in the comments, hit us with it. Otherwise, I wish you the very best, and I do hope this helps.